Angeles, what a night there for the Browns. 30-10 over the Panthers. Shedeur Sanders, 14-23, buck 38, 2 touchdowns through the air. Opportunity? Check that box, MJD, real quick.
I agree. I think that Shedeur Sanders kind of went out there and did everything that he was supposed to do to earn more reps, right? That's the whole purpose of preseason, is to get out there, showcase your abilities, control, operate the whole offensive system from the play call, checks, different things, and then move forward.
Game looked slow for him. That was a big takeaway for me. Didn't look like it was fast at all.
And he talked in the game about how he kind of felt good about the way he handled it, right? The demeanor in which he moved the team and led the team during his close to 50 snaps in the game. All right, let's take you back there to Bank of America Stadium in Charlotte, where with the injuries to Kenny Pickett and Dylan Gabriel and Joe Flacco not playing, it was the Shedeur Sanders show early on here. So he started 50 career games in college, and now his first year in this NFL preseason, and chasing a little bit of those legs here on an early 3rd and 9 to keep the chains moving.
I like the first down getting. I like the sliding even more.
Indeed. 19 rushing yards, at one point the leading rusher there for the Browns. 3 plays later on 3rd and 12. I'll let Jamari Thrash making a grab here. A little short of the first down. Coach Kevin Stefanski probably liking the operation so far. Going to say, you know what? Let's try to go get this thing here on 4th and 1. And they do go for it. But this looked a little bit like the Colorado version that we saw.
Yeah, you got a quick pressure, which he saw a lot of, and then he retreated instead of trying to get up and away from him. But again, that's tough. When you get that immediate of a pressure, that's a tough one.
Turnover on downs there. So we go assess things on the sideline. Let's welcome Teteroa McMillan, 8th overall pick in this year's draft, to the party here. And go up and get one.
And this is what you get with T-Mac, right? The ability of your quarterback to throw the ball up. And this is more like a 70-30, 80-20 ball for the big receiver on the outside.
2 catches, 43 yards. That one there from Bryce Young, who did start this game. Played well into the first quarter here. Here's Bryce on the run, trying to make something happen, and does. Jalen Coker back in the end zone. 5-yard touchdown there, DJ.
Yeah, directing traffic on the move. I love it.
It looked like a little bit like ATC there. Air traffic control, 4-6, 58 yards and a touchdown for Young. Second quarter, after a muff punt, Browns back on, and an opportunity. MJD for Shedeur to put one in the paint.
To me, this was his best throw. As you watch him, look, he starts sliding to his left, backpedal, he sets his feet. Look at this window, DJ.
I like the fact he flipped his feet and really got himself aligned, and that was in a mailbox. There was not a lot of room to squeeze that football
at all. A little bit of that signature celebration there. Game now tied at 7. Late in the second. Next Browns possession. 2nd and 12. Shedeur. How about floating one right here to Luke Floria? Makes the one-handed catch. The Kent State product would leave the game, though, with a hamstring, but not without a big highlight.
That gave him a chance, but that was a heck of a catch.
No question. All right, let's go later in this drive here. Now inside the 15, a 1st and 10, and Shedeur again kind of making some movement in the pocket and locates Caden Davis.
Yeah, the back does a nice job of picking it up, but Shedeur, instead of bailing, he just shuffles in the pocket, gets his feet set again, and delivers a strike.
If you notice, all the scrambles, his eyes are always down the field. He's not worried about the rush. He feels it, and that's what you like from a young quarterback.
11 of 18, 103 through the air, and 2 touchdowns in the first half. He'd come back on to start the second half, midway through the third quarter. Another big completion here. This is Brendan Bates off play action, 25-yard catch. Nice throw with the defender kind of in the vision.
Yeah, he kind of had to throw that out of a well. He was kind of blind, did not have a clear view, and made a nice, accurate throw.
Finishes today 14 of 23, 138 passing yards and 2 touchdowns. 5 plays later, Gage Larvidan. 4th and 2, Browns going for it. So Shedeur engineering multiple scoring drives, and he ended up with 9 drives. He said 14 of 23, pair of touchdowns, no interceptions. Did take a couple of those, extended kind of drop and try to get himself out of trouble and out of pressure. 19 rushing yards there. But overall, guys, DJ, set the tone here for us. What did this look like for you, and what is Shedeur Sanders doing to the Browns management and Browns coaching staff as this quarterback competition rolls on?
Well, you want to see some moments with a rookie. I don't care what position you're playing. He provided those moments, and to me, it was when he was backed up. It's a 3rd and long, and he delivers a strike. That's when it was kind of like, okay, that's a big NFL throw. Here he is back in his own end zone.
I love that one. Yeah.
Nice deep in cut, and it's right on the money. That is a big-time NFL throw. When you're backed up like this, you're a rookie. It's your first preseason game, you got some pressure. Maybe I'm just going to dump this ball off. Now, he went for it at that point in time, MJD, and delivered a dime.
And that was that aggressiveness we were talking about early on. You got to be aggressive in certain moments in the game. To me, it was the first touchdown pass. And again, when you throw that ball sliding to your left with the corner sinking off, you have the safety coming down. He did a great job. This play here, look, you have the corner sinking and safety over the top, and you're able to fit that ball in there. Aggressive throws win and matters. That's how you have to play the game at the quarterback position. He did that. And the other thing is this. The players around him, you start to see Njoku coming around and Myles Garrett tapping him, and you just start to feel the team kind of like, hey, good job, keep it going. And that to me tells you that there's a lot of guys in that locker room rooting for him.
There was a magnetism that you could kind of tell a little bit there for the number of different interactions, DJ. And that's part of this evaluation too, right?
No question. And I think the other thing is that the Browns, congratulations to them, they have a new trainer because he's healing hamstrings faster than they've ever been healed before with the way that he played tonight.
Kenny Pickett, Dylan Gabriel ready for practice on Monday for sure, if not on Sunday, whenever they're next out there. But again, Sanders, the 9 drives, I think, and again, we had some fun with this on our pregame show if you were with us. We were calling, DJ was talking a lot about, look, let's operate this offense, right? Let's
ease into it.
Act like a professional, ease into this thing. MJD wanted the shot. I think we got both of it. I think we got both worlds here.
Yeah, listen, I've played with multiple rookie quarterbacks throughout my career, and the biggest thing is a lot of times they'll kind of be shy away from being aggressive in certain moments, certain situations. You talked about that 3rd and 17 on your goal line. You have to step up into that throw. A lot of guys, like you said, will just check the ball down and punt. Live for the next day. That's not great quarterback play to me. Sometimes there's times where you got to take a chance and you got to be comfortable and confident enough to make that throw.
I mentioned it on the pregame as well. This has some similarities to the Dak Prescott situation, right? Who used injuries on the depth chart to grab the rope and not let go, and still holding it there. Dak, the last player outside rounds 1 and 2 to start week 1. The last time, though, a player would be on the fifth round or later. 1977, Randy Hedberg in the 8th round, drafted by the Buccaneers, ended up starting week 1. So it's been a minute since a player drafted in the 5th round has made that type of impact or has that opportunity. And our Cam Wolf was able to catch up with him after the game.
Shedeur, you look so comfortable tonight. Whether it's the boombox, as we saw you coming in, the dance and the wrist flexing, or the accuracy and the pocket movement. What did you want to show people tonight?
I'll just get my feet wet. That's it. This is a good practice showing overall. So I feel like I did everything, I could tonight. I feel like there's definitely room for improvement, in many areas overall, and just consistency and getting in my groove. When you don't play for so long and you get back out there, you got to find your rhythm. You got to find your groove. This is the first time for everything. This is the first time not even having Pops as the coach where he know me, you know what I mean? So it's definitely changed and it's definitely different. So it's just adapting to it. But the way how everybody was today and the coaches, I'm just thankful for the opportunity and the guys out there playing. It was different. It was a different vibe.
You mentioned the rhythm. You've done a lot of waiting this spring and summer, but today was your opportunity. Led 3 touchdown drives, threw 2 touchdowns. What would you grade your performance today?
I would say a C+.
C+?
Yeah. It's passing. It's passing because we got the win. That's first and foremost, and that's extremely important. But Pop said, take advantage of the opportunity, and I don't feel like I did. So, I feel like I let him down a little bit. But on the team behalf, I feel like I ran the offense pretty well. I feel like I got to my decisions, and in some things I could have done better, and different process where I could speed my feet up. So, I'm just thankful for the opportunity. I'm happy, we won. Yeah. But it's definitely still time to go to work.
Right. Obviously, you're critical of yourself. I think a lot of people at home would think you put on a show. What is the element you want to improve on the most that you said you thinking you let Pop down on?
I would say definitely getting to that rhythm early. That's something I've been